Hello everybody, and welcome to my first redstone tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to show you is right behind this wall we have what this is called redstone ore. Actually, let me close this up so you can see. It actually lights up when you try to break it. And when you do break it, which kind of takes a while, you get 4 pieces of redstone. So, let me... Oh, and this mod right here is called Too Many Items. You can see it up here. Right there. Okay, let me just... Can't find it. Okay. Now it's completely dark in here. But if you break it, then it lights up. Okay, so... Just gonna leave that there. Another thing... Well, I'll show you that in a sec. This is, I'm gonna show you redstone. Redstone can't, just... It has to have a power source to power something like an iron door. Lots of people just use switches, but this way you can make combination locks and stuff with redstone. So first thing is... Let me pull this out. You can power redstone with a torch, like that. Now, redstone only travels 15 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, it didn't reach. Now, to make that reach, you can use something called a repeater. Now, you can't just put it anywhere like that. The current won't go in. See that little arrow there? The redstone has to be going into that arrow. And then you can set delays by clicking on this. I'll show you delays in a second. But because redstone can't power doors, I'm going to put a repeater here and then place a redstone there. And then it will open. Pick up my torch. And you can also power doors and stuff with pressure pads. Excuse me. Now, there's wood pressure plates and stone pressure plates. Stone pressure plates can only be activated by you, mobs, or animals, which is pretty much mobs. If you throw something on it, it won't activate. But if you throw something on a wooden pressure pad, like an item, it will activate. So, wood can be activated by pretty much anything. Almost. Stone can only be activated by mobs, including you. And redstone can also be powered by a lever, like that. And it can also be powered by a button. But since buttons pop back out, it won't stay open. If you use the lever, you can open it, walk through. But the bad part is if you can't really close it. So, there's some ways you can get around that. Okay, now, here is, if you want to make, like, a display, something like, that displays numbers, you can't, people have it, it's like, they have segments like this, then they have it like this, and they have 7 to make, like, an 8. But they're all off when no number is showing. Okay. Now, if you just place it on the ground and try turning it off with power, it won't turn off because when it's sitting right next to it, it's a power source instead of an output. So, if you want that to work, then you have to have a block. It has to be going into a block, and on that block is the torch. So when you step on the pressure pad, it powers this redstone, which powers this block, which turns off that torch. Now, redstone can also power hatches, or trapdoors, whatever you want to call them. And this is a way to transport power up. Let's say you have something up there that you want to control from down here. This is a way you can do that. Another way is simply just making a staircase up. But that takes a lot of space. If you want a compact, straight tube or something that goes up, then you'd use this. You put the block, like we say, to power it. And what it does, if you have a block right on top of a torch, and then a torch on top of that block, the torch under it can power it. And so when I put power into this block, it turns off this torch, unpowering this block, allowing this one to go on, powering this one, turning that torch off, unpowering that one, allowing it to turn on. So when you don't have power going in, now you can use any even number, I think. Yeah, any even number to get your input to match the top torch. Any even number of blocks. Yep, any even number of blocks to transport power up. Now, these are called repeaters, like I said earlier. These, you can make delays. You can set the delay by right-clicking it. You can right-click it 3 times. By default, it's just like that when you lay it down. This is how fast it is with 3. Not too much of a delay, but if you click it 3 times on each, or how many ever you want, depending on how much delay you want, it will also keep the door open for longer too. Then this is a timer. You can add a lever, and there you go. It goes around in circles, turning this one on and off. And if I connect it to my door here, you'll see that it goes open and close. That's because the signal goes around in a circle, like that. That's gonna get annoying. And then you can also power pistons with redstone. This is a sticky piston, this is a normal piston. For those of you that don't know, sticky pistons will push and retract it. Regular pistons won't retract it. Now if you put one in the middle, yeah, you saw both of them open and close. But if I just wanted this one to open, go like that. Okay, and then if you have 2 pistons side by side, you can either have one going from one side. Like, you could power this piston from this side, power this piston from this side. But if you can't do that because of my wall here, then you can put a big mess of repeaters and wire it up to one torch. So what happens is, see how these are both sticky pistons. Wait, why did they both go on? Oh. Oh. Sure, somebody that was working earlier could have. Okay. And then this one should only power that one. Yep. Now, you can also put a block next to it and power that block, like we're doing with the torches to make them go on and off. And it will actually power that piston. Same with this side. Okay. And let's come over to the rails. Here you can make powered rails, which need power to go on and off. See, if I turn off this redstone connecting to the powered rails, the powered rails turn off. Now, if you want it to go right when you turn it on, you have to have it touching a block. Whoop, that was my fault. You have it kind of going in that block, and then when you power it, now this is something, and then you can also push it like that and it'll keep going. This is something called a detector rail. When the minecart moves over it, it detects it, but since this side is so short, why is there a cow in my minecart? Okay, this these powered rails are so short that it doesn't have time for this to turn off. But since this side is longer, it will go and come back and see how it goes on and off when the minecart moves over it. Now, if you have a detector rail right by powered rails, it will actually power those powered rails. See how they turn off? But then when it hits that, it powers them just for the right time for it to go through. Okay. Stupid cow. This is a two-way booster. You have a rail, a detector rail, and another powered rail. And you don't have to have any redstone connecting to this. When the minecart, but you do have to have something to power each rail. So you could have regular rail, detector rail, power rail, detector rail. I kind of did this wrong. It's supposed to be detector rail, powered rail in the middle. But this works just as... That's why the cart keeps stopping. But you see, it goes over. Both of these work. So, get a bit of lag there. Okay, thank you for watching my redstone tutorial. Rate, comment, subscribe, and in the next video, we will be going over gates, like this. So, see you in the next video.